Las Vegas, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the next exit. Her ongoing mission to seek out new talent, to boldly go where no show has gone before.
Ooh, Las Vegas, next exit.
Hey guys, welcome to the next exit. I'm Rick Shipley. We got a fantastic show lined up for you tonight, so stick around and make sure you see where the next exit is going to take you. All right.
This episode of Las Vegas Grit Next Exit is brought to you by Nick Hauk Realtor with Wardley Real Estate. Need a new home? Call Nick Hauk.
I took Edgar out for a beer the other day. We walk into the bar and the bartender says, "Where did you get that old terrible looking thing?" And Edgar says, "The senior center."
Welcome back to Next Exit. I'm Rick Shipley, and I have Meade Avenue here with us today. Yes. Oh, yeah, right? Yes. Where did you come up with the name Meade Avenue?
I was driving home from the studio one day, and I just happened to look up at the sign. As I got to the stop sign, I saw Meade Ave, and I was like, oh, you know what, let me go pitch that.
Where did this shirt that you have on here? Now,
You're not going to make fun of my shirt, are you?
no. But it's quite stylish, by the way, especially without sleeves. I roll mine up, but tell me about the shirt. I hear there's a little bit of a funny story about this.
There is. Everywhere we go, they won't say it to me personally. They'll ask him, is that the only shirt that he wears? Is that the only shirt that he owns?
Is it?
No.
No?
I brought some.
Really?
And I carry them with me now, just in case I get asked. I have Meade Avenue shirts.
You have one for every day of the week. Different style denim.
Look for the lineup this fall. This one's the one that we did for our benefit show for Operation Homefront. I had this one made for that, so it has the...
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, great. That's all right. Yeah.
The only reason I'm wearing this one today is because my wife said so. Yes, it is.
So you guys have EPs and downloads. I mean, right here, you guys embrace that 21st century technology with a full EP on download?
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's a sticker on the front and download code on the back.
Oh, really? That's a sticker. Check it out.
That's
yeah.
$5, by the way, if you take that off there.
All right. Yeah. Sweet. And of course, you do embrace the old tech with, people like me that actually still buy CDs and get CDs and all that, which is very cool. Very cool. So, how do I find out where Meade Avenue plays next?
So we've got a whole presence online. We've got meadeave.com. We've also got Reverb Nation, Facebook, Twitter, and pretty much the handles on all of them are just Meade Ave, with the exception of Twitter, which is Meade Avenue, completely spelled out.
Oh.
No, I fixed that. It's now just Meade Ave.
So it's now just
there we
Meade
go.
Ave.
That's where you find out about new tour dates and things like that, as well as
Album
the EPs
releases.
and all of that
Yep.
sort of thing.
Everything you could possibly want to know about us. It's all there.
So, with these EPs and all the CDs, everything like that, I hear you have a recording studio at home. You mentioned it a little bit earlier, that's where you record at. Tell me a little bit about that.
It's my family's company. It's Bad Sea Records, and when my grandmother passed away in 2009, the following day I had the imagination to create Bad Sea Records. Her name was Susan, and she actually bought me my first interface and microphone.
Oh, nice.
So the way my grandmother was is that old East Coast mentality where, give everything you have, help out, don't ask questions. that's what we do with the studio. But having that studio has allowed us to record 3 EPs in a single in a year.
Wow.
So
Keep it all in house. That's beautiful. That is great. Yeah.
it's cheaper that way.
Of course. And you talk too much, man. Come on now. They don't let you talk, do they?
No, they don't. No, they don't.
We actually turn his microphone off now when we go.
Oh, no. You just stopped giving me a microphone completely.
We used to turn it off.
For a while, we still let him have one for show, and then after he started actually using it is when we decided that that wasn't working anymore.
Really? You had to bring that up?
Yeah, sorry.
Well, definitely thank you guys for coming on, and we're gonna watch you perform. Definitely thank you guys.
No, absolutely. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you for having us.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you so
Thanks
much
for
for
coming
having
on,
us.
and you guys stick around. See where the next exit takes you.
This episode of Las Vegas Grit Next Exit is brought to you by Nick Hauk Realtor. With Wardley Real Estate. Need a new home? Call Nick Hauk.
Here I stand again, soaking in the pain, buried in self-doubt, digging up the remains. Shadows, a chalk outline that is shaped like a maze. Could it be that I'm fine? Either way, I've been dazed. Never thought of it that way. I didn't mean to be so blind. But even as the memory fades, I'll never leave that life behind. Here I stand again, soaking in the pain, buried in self-doubt, digging up the remains. Never thought of it that way. I didn't mean to be so blind. But even as the memory fades, I'll never leave that life behind. I'll never leave that life behind. I'll never leave that life behind. Never thought of it that way. I didn't mean to be so blind. And even as the memory fades, I'll never leave a life behind. I'll never leave a life behind. I'll never leave a life behind.
Don't go anywhere. Las Vegas, next exit. We'll be right back.
It's gonna be great!
This episode of Las Vegas Grit Next Exit is brought to you by Nick Hauk Realtor. With Wardley Real Estate. Need a new home? Call Nick Hauk.
I noticed all these grit girls, they got hot bodies, smoking hot bodies. I had a salesman say to me one time, for $350 and 2 hours, I can give you a smoking hot body. And I said, oh, and after that, what do? You put me in Playgirl magazine? He said, no, you dumbass, we put you in an urn.
Hey, welcome back to the next exit. I have Stephen Manley here with me. First time I remember seeing you was back in the day in, what was that, Star Trek 3?
Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, yes.
You got to be young Spock, man.
Got to be the best young Spock of the group and pon-farring with Robin Curtis for take after take after take after take.
So did you get to meet a lot of the regular cast members from Star Trek?
Yes. The last day that I was there, I met all of them. But of course, the very first person I met was Leonard Nimoy. He was the one who gave me my audition. Mm-hmm. And we spent quite a long time, speaking in his office. And he told me that the part would be important. It had to do with the Pon-farr sex ritual, with Robin Curtis. Right, yes. There was improv going on there. And so he took it very, very seriously. And actually, I owe him a lot because the studio executives found the scene humorous, and they begged him to cut the scene out. And he fought to keep the scene in because he thought it was a very important moment, and so I'm grateful to him for that, So I pon-farr with all of my Star Trek lady fans every year at the convention when I'm signing autographs, But Star Trek was a great experience for me. And, on my very last day, all of the original cast members, except for Nichelle Nichols, who didn't have a scene on the Genesis planet, came walking in, and I actually met them all at the craft service table.
What?
But really nice fellows. Really, everybody was really cool on that show.
That's great. That is really cool. Well, they had to keep Nimoy happy with the whole thing because he went on to do the next movie after that, directed that one.
Right, and Star Trek 3 was his first feature film that he had directed,
Right.
So he had a lot of weight on his shoulders, but handled the set great, handled the actors great, and there was a lot of complicated effects in that for the period, right?
Absolutely.
Before digital and everything else. So,
absolutely.
No, it was very comfortable. And I knew a lot of people on there. I knew a lot of the stuntmen. I knew the makeup guys, some of the wardrobe guys. So I knew a lot of people on that from working in the business for years, before that. So it was very comfortable for me there.
Well, you're continuing to work. I see that you were recently in Nightwing.
Mm-hmm, yes.
I saw that. Which the preview for that looks amazing, I gotta say.
Let me tell you, Nightwing, the web series, these guys, Adam Zielinski, really did a wonderful job. Danny Shepard plays Nightwing, and they put a lot into it. And when you look at the trailer online, this thing looks epic.
Yes.
Epic. It looks like a $40-50 million film. It's all shot in Vegas, and it doesn't look like it's shot in Vegas. It looks like Bloodhaven, the way that they shot it. But really nice fellows on that.
But Dick Grayson was in doing his thing.
Yeah, Dick Grayson kicked my ass in the shot.
And you recently did a movie with Michael Madsen, right?
Yes, Death in the Desert. It's based on a book. It's loosely based on the life of Ted Binion and the scandal around his life. And I play a guy named Cicero, who's his drug dealer. He's a really nice fellow to work with, very comfortable. We had a really good rapport. He was able to improv with me. He felt a little bit, and that was a really nice experience too. It's directed by Josh Evans, whose dad is Robert Evans, who did the Godfather films and Chinatown and all that stuff. So that should be a good project.
I'm definitely going to take a look for that one because I like Michael Madsen myself.
Yeah.
Well,
What you see on screen is what you get, when you meet him. I mean, he's
Gotcha.
just a really open fella on the laconic cowboy side.
Okay. And I know that you've been active in doing some shorts and things like that. Buddy of mine, Alex,
Yes.
you've worked with Alex on Black Mask.
Black Mass. This will be my second project with Alex. First project with Alex. We've known each other for a while. Alex is doing a project called Black Mask. He's going to enter it into the Polygrind Film Festival, which he's got projects he's put in there before.
Right.
And it's kind of a macabre, surrealistic short. Alex is a big fan of David Lynch and the surrealistic filmmaker. I gave him a book on David Lynch, as a gift for some inspiration. He put a little trailer up and people said, man, that really creeped me out,
Right. I did see that trailer too. Yeah,
right.
It kind of has a sort of Italian horror and
exactly.
lynchiness to it. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. And man, I just forgot the name of the other one you just mentioned when we were back.
Right, Analog Alcohol?
Yes, Analog Alcohol. Yes, thank you for helping me out on that.
No. There's a bunch. I'm really grateful. And there's a lot of talent in Vegas, a lot of filmmaking talent, and a producer friend of mine who came in. He produced Mirror Mirror. He produced The Immortals. He just came in the other day. He said, Steve, stay in with the local filmmaking community. He said, there's film incentives all over the country and, in Canada and everything. He said, LA is not the only place to be in the film business anymore.
True.
So I've been fortunate over the last 6-8 months. I've gotten to know a lot of talent in Vegas, and some of the guys are from UNLV, and some like Shay Riddick from, it's the International Academy of Design and Technology,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Directed by Shay Riddick, and it's a really deep little short that they're doing over there, and they're happy because IADT's film department's starting to get some recognition as well. It was actually one of the harder emotional projects I've had to do lately. I had to go to some places that were very sensitive to draw that up because the filmmakers were very sensitive to that as well.
Right.
And what else? UNLV, Michael Evans and Sean Otsubo just got an experimental short to do that's based on a script. It's called Live from Death Row. And,
yes.
This young man, Michael Evans, did a short called 2 a.m. that out of nowhere it went viral on the internet, and they had over 2 million hits on this thing. Been a lot of good projects.
Now, independent-wise, do you feel like you get a little bit more chance to experiment a little bit more?
It's, I was an actor for many, many years. I did Star Trek, and then after that I went to the Art Center to learn filmmaking and, fine art,
Oh, fine art.
Fine art. But I myself, I produced 2 films. One was on Bravo many years ago. It was called Grease Paint. It won some awards, went to the Houston International Film Festival. And got some play, and I did another film about the French Foreign Legion in Morocco, and that was years back. And so I had my hat for directing on for a while, so I've seen the industry from many different viewpoints. My strong point, I believe, is as an actor, and it feels good to be appreciated for that and get the opportunity to do that here. What's in answer to your question? Being on these smaller projects in a city that it's just starting to blossom rather than to be someplace that's oversaturated feels good. Yes, you can create with people on a more intimate scale on that level, and it's good to be a part of a film community that's just starting.
I do want to pass along that you do have a Facebook page.
Yes.
We're going to go ahead and put it on the bottom of the screen down in here.
Okay.
Right. And yeah, definitely. I wanted to thank you, Stephen, for coming on out today.
Thank you very much.
Sitting down, talking with us.
Absolutely.
Definitely a fine actor, young man.
Oh my goodness, a fine actor. Thank you.
All right, stick around. Wait till next segment. See what next segment takes you.
This episode of Las Vegas Grit Next Exit is brought to you by Nick Hauk Realtor. With Wardley Real Estate. Need a new home? Call Nick Hauk.
I came out of a 7-Eleven and I saw 3 guys trying to take a purse from an old lady. She was putting up a hell of a fight. I got out of my car. I decided I'm going to go over and help. And a few minutes later, we finally managed to get that damn purse from her.
Welcome to Las Vegas Grit Next Exit. I am Rick Shipley, and I have Meade Freeman here with me today.
All right.
Yeah. Now, you are the star of The Greatest, and you're also the star of I Love the 2000s.
Yeah. What network am I on?
You are on VH1.
Thank you for naming my network.
Yes, absolutely.
I thought you were going to miss that. You're like,
well, definitely. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah, man. It's a pleasure being here.
So tell me a little bit about The Greatest and I Love 2000s.
It's great, man. I mean, I'm having the time of my life on the show, and it's fun, like, every day going into work, because when you work at MTV, you go into the studio, you never know who you're going to see. So I walk in and it's like Mariah Carey, and then here's Will Smith, and here's like, just, The Rock, and da-da-da-da-da, and everybody comes on our show, because if you watch our show, you see we have all these guest stars,
Right.
And everybody is so much fun, and so I'm in my dressing room, like, writing material and getting ready for the show, and then you walk over to the next dressing room, and here's this person and that person, and you sit down and have a conversation and help them punch up their, whatever it is that they're doing, their jokes that they want to do, because, most people who come onto the show who are actors are not really funny.
Right.
So we, the four of us who drive the show, we help them, to punch up their stuff and everything. And it's a good time, man.
Oh, absolutely. And you even won the Black Comedy Award recently.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Man, that was a moment, in my life for sure, to stand there, at the Alvin Ailey Theater and accept the Black Comedy Award, man. Like, I was blown away, because I wanted it so bad. When I heard I got nominated, like, my brain was going back and forth, like, okay, yeah, I'm going to get this, and, man, this is going to be big, and this is going to be great. And there was the other part, like, man, you ain't getting nothing, you ain't going to win that. Who you think you are, man? And it just kind of ping-ponged back and forth. So by the time that it actually got to the day, we flew out to New York, and it was at the Alvin Ailey Theater in Harlem.
Right.
And it was like, oh, my God, the Alvin Ailey, like, man.
A legend.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, all the people who strode that stage, man. Eddie Murphy and Sidney Poitier and Sammy Davis Jr. and Richard Pryor and all these different people. And it's like, man, God, I want to win it so bad. And I got, like, so messed up that all of a sudden, like my stomach just got all messed up and everything, man. I was, like, in the bathroom for like 2 hours, man. I was just like, I was sitting there. When you're in the bathroom so long, your feet fall asleep.
Oh,
like,
it was one
of them. It was one of them, Were you like trying to time how to get to the bed before you get that weird feeling in your feet? I was on there like that, man. It was.
Say, now that you've actually got a lot of the fame that you have, I hear you get some strange fan emails.
Yeah, man. I mean,
and strange fan mail as well, right?
That happens, man. Like, that happens. I get, on VH1, we have a high female audience.
Okay.
A lot of women watching the show. And I personally have a really high likability with women. Like, I didn't see that coming. It's not like, no.
You're a good-looking guy. You're the world's greatest looking guy. There you go.
It's not like I went on the show like, hey, ladies, how you doing? It wasn't like I went out like that. I didn't know it was going to be like that, But then they do the testing and everything, and it comes up like all these women like got crazy about me, right?
Wow.
So I get all of this, and thank you, ladies, by the way, for being crazy about me. I'll call you. Because in high school, actually, I think I do have a high school friend who's here tonight. I don't know if she's here because I can't really see the audience and everything, but her name's Jennifer, though. Her name's Jennifer. So I say that to say that she was there to see like how big a nerd I was in high school. Like I was like, hey, I'm just saying, like there was just like no way that I was getting like nothing because I was a theater nerd.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So when you grow up like that, you just automatically don't feel like, oh yeah, women are going to dig me on TV and everything. And then all of a sudden this thing happens, and it's like tons of, women sending me like, let's just say, interesting pictures.
Oh, all right.
Interesting pictures. I get a lot of those.
And then the slingshot with the panties.
I get a lot of strange pictures. And then I'm on. My publicist called me and told me that I'm on this website for dudes, like for dudes who like big dudes. I think it was called Bear.com, like Celebrity Bear.
Oh, wow.
Like Celebrity Bear or something like that.
It. I just know
it was like
much
me
about.
And like Kevin James and Zach Galifianakis and all that.
Oh, wow.
And they got pictures of me butt naked, but it ain't me. It's like another big dude. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what day was I sitting on the couch like, oh, with my stuff just. Like, I was like, hey, I know that wasn't me, man. I wonder, what day was I like outside at the pool all like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
That's not my tattoo.
Yeah, man. Like, come on, man. That ain't me. But I'm on this thing. So apparently a lot of men like me too. So
all right.
A lot of men who like big men. So hey, I accept it all.
Yes,
it's all good,
absolutely.
man.
Right.
It was there for it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
now that I got a bunch of money, they're like, you so nice.
That's it.
So
I see
nice.
you on VH1 all the time.
Watching you on TV, you so nice. Give me some money.
I hear you're going on tour very soon, and maybe you can meet some of them little ladies along the way.
Well, yeah, they're putting together a tour right now, Beade Freeman and Friends, and they're allowing me to pick out the comedians that I want to go out with me, and and it's going to be a national tour because I have a new project coming up. So if you look at all my stuff, like online, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of that stuff, there's a hashtag. Everything's hashtag BDFPL.
BDFPL?
Which, for the first time, I'll let you know, the hashtag is Beade Freeman Project Live.
All right.
Which is something that's coming up, and I'll leave it at that. But it's,
you talked about a 3-laugh rule.
Yeah. I mean, I see, it was never enough for me to be a comedian. I didn't want to just be that, because it seemed like any funny person who works at it and everything can be a comedian or be a good comedian.
Right.
I wanted to be a humorist.
Okay.
In the style of Will Rogers or Bob Hope or Mark Twain.
Oh, absolutely.
Stuff that will like really last. So I have this 3-laugh rule, where there's 3 laughs I want to get from every piece of material that I do, and one is the immediate laugh that you get when you do it.
Right.
The second is the laugh that you get when you try to tell somebody about what I said the next day.
Right.
And the third laugh is like a couple of weeks later when you think about it and then you laugh again.
I've done that many
So
times,
so that's my 3-laugh.
I like that. Tell me this, is what they find in Alaska the same as like when you go around because you do a lot of shows in LA and things like that, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, is it like same sort of comedy and things like that? Or?
Well, I mean, everywhere is a little bit different. That's the thing. That's the reason why I spent so much time on the road. I spent 10 years on the road before I ever went to LA.
Okay.
And it's because I really wanted to know how to be funny, and I really wanted to know how to be funny to everybody. So when I got to television, I could be funny to the nation, and and not just to whatever hip places there were. I try to find what connects everybody, because if you can find something that connects everybody, then everybody's laughing. What's going to make people laugh in different places is different, but at the same time, there's so many things about the human experience that are the same. So if you can connect into those truths,
oh yeah,
it has to be the truth though.
Right.
If you can connect into those truths, then it's going to be funny.
What's the easiest place for people to find where you're on tour and things like that?
Well, they can go to BeadyFreeman.com, but I'm really active with Facebook and Twitter, so people can get me. I guess you can just put in Beade Freeman, Twitter, Beade Freeman, Facebook. I'm easy to find.
And you're very approachable. I mean, when I was looking at a lot of your videos on YouTube, you know, you're one of those guys that doesn't shy away when the cameras are on.
No,
and they say,
well, that's
hey,
my job. Like, I like that you ask that question. Like, hey, you know, you're good at being in front of cameras.
Yeah, right.
Like, you're real good at that. You go to the doctor, and you're like, man, you know your medicine.
That's right. That's right. You know, thank you, Meade, and star of the greatest, and I love 2000s.
Thank you
for
so
coming
much.
on.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
This episode of Las Vegas Grit Next Exit is brought to you by Nick Hauk Realtor. With Wardley Real Estate. Need a new home? Call Nick Hauk.
Wow, what a fantastic show. Hey guys, make sure that you like our Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, so that way you can see where the next exit's gonna take you.
It's gonna be great!
Yeah!
Las Vegas Next Exit.